My fucking head, so wham, so big, I just want to squeeze it. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaki and today I'm going to be discussing some books by black authors that I need to read, and so do you if you haven't read them already. Feeling very self-conscious about my appearance today. My head just feels like it's a balloon, so if I'm like a bit scatty and a little bit irritable and a little bit like I just keep touching my hair and like fixing my appearance, that's why. We ain't having a good body day today. We're gonna film some videos anyway because I can't let my own insecurities and eating disorder get in the way of these wonderful books I'm about to talk about that I really need to get into, and so do you. So let's just get into the video. There will be some links and information down below about where you can still donate, sign petitions and help out with the Black Lives Matter movement. Obviously because BLM isn't trending anymore, isn't, you know, taking up 99% of our timelines, it's not exactly trending, your timeline's gone back to normal, but Black Lives absolutely do still matter no matter what your timeline is saying, no matter if you've got people on there that are promoting fake earbuds or if it's all activism. Black lives still do matter and you still need to read these books. The first book on my list is definitely Queenie by Candice. Carty Williams has been out for a while and I think that the cover is just so gorgeous. I think Queenie comes in an array of different colours, but I decided to pick the yellow one because I really like the gold accents in the hair and also of Queenie's jewellery. I'm guessing it's Queenie anyway. Queenie is all about Queenie, our main protagonist, who is a 25-year-old Jamaican British woman living in London. She works in the media, which I find incredibly interesting because that's what I am studying for my degree, which is kind of why I wanted to read this so much. She works at like a newspaper firm or something to do with like publishing, and she is constantly surrounded by white middle class, I'm guessing men, in her job and what it's kind of like to be in that kind of environment. It's kind of just like a comment on the media and specifically working in the media as a, you know, Jamaican British woman and what kind of trials and tribulations come with that, and obviously the racism and socio-economic hierarchical biases that come from the media. Very excited about this one and I honestly cannot wait. Next on my list is Opposites of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. Now another cover that is absolutely fucking gorgeous. I absolutely love yellow covers apparently. So this is all about our two main characters, Jack and Kate, I believe. They meet at a party and Jack instantly knows that he's falling in love with Kate. Until 6 months later, after him falling in love with her, Kate dies. I'm getting from that this is kind of like one of those stories about a romance that never happens. It's kind of giving me Looking for Alaska vibes. This is kind of giving me that same vibe of like a romance that never happened and grief and death is getting in the way of that. Although the synopsis of this is quite brief, I still am really excited about it and it seems like it's going to be very emotionally heavy, so do watch out for that if you do pick this up. All about grief and emotions and choices and maybe some morally grey characters. I'm really excited because again, feels like my shtick, it feels like my shit. YA, sad contemporary, I'm here for it. I've also heard quite a lot of good things about Justin A. Reynolds' writing and his writing style and the way that he writes, and I'm very excited to witness it for myself. Up next we have Pride by Ibiza Boy. Now this, I believe, is a Pride and Prejudice retelling, which I actually haven't read, so will I get as much enjoyment out of this as someone who has read Pride and Prejudice? Probably not. I can't say Pride and Prejudice. I don't actually like retellings and maybe I should hold off on this, but I really wanted to give it a go because I've again heard so many things about this book and so many good things about Ibiza Boy, her writing style and the way that the retelling is done, so I might have to hold off on this one until I've actually read Pride and Prejudice, or I might just watch the movie. Is there a movie? Probably. But this is basically just a remixed version of Pride and Prejudice. Actually, Hazel's currently reading this book. Hope you're enjoying Hazel. I just saw that on Goodreads. Great. It kind of just diversifies the story, I believe, and gives us more of a diverse voices behind it. So I'm really excited about this one, but again, kind of unsure about this one because it is a retelling and I don't really get on with retellings that much, but I'm willing to give it a chance and you never know, I might really like it. Next we have The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. I am so fucking excited for this one. So this basically follows our main protagonist, who is a black drag queen. Oh, are you kidding me? There isn't really much to go by on the Goodreads page of this, so I'll just read you what it says. It says, a bold story about the power of embracing your uniqueness. Sometimes we need to take charge, to stand up wearing pink feathers to show ourselves to the world in bold colour. Oh, I didn't realise that. It's actually told in mixed media format, I think, or like verse. Oh, now I'm even more excited. Look how pretty this is. I am so excited. I need to read this right now. It's just what I need. I don't know, I can't describe it. Next we have another queer story by a black author, and that is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Astrovedo. You might recognise that name from The Poet X and also With the Fire on High, which I still haven't read yet. Like, why haven't the fuck I read that? Should be on this list. Also that one, just saying. But this I have heard such good things about. Shannon is actually reading this from 155 books right now. My friends have such good taste. Hope you're enjoying it, Shannon. So this basically follows two characters, I think, two black characters, basically surrounding aeroplanes and aircraft. We have Camino, who is going to the Dominican Republic for the summer to visit her father, but when his plane is supposed to land, she just sees bundles and bundles of people just crying. In New York City, we have our other main character, who is Yahira, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm so sorry for not doing my research. That is fucking bad of me. Let me just fucking, look how easy this is, right? Don't know how to fucking pronounce a word. Let's go into fucking Google, shall we? Yahira. So we also follow Yahira in New York City as well, and she's called to the principal office when her mother is waiting to tell her that her father has also died in a plane crash. The two girls are kind of drawn together by their mutual grief of losing a parent and their father dying, both in mutual plane crashes. I think it's the same one, and they're brought close together and possibly become friends because of it. I'm not actually sure. It's also queer, so we might have a female-female romance between them. I'm really excited about that. I don't really want to know too much about this because I feel like the emotional rawness will really make it as a book, but nevertheless, I'm so fucking excited for this and I can't wait to read it. It's gonna be great. Next, we do have A Phoenix Must Burn, which is edited by Patrice Caldwell. This is basically, it says 16 tales that explore the black experience through fantasy, science fiction and magic, coming together in one spellbinding narrative of bravery, beauty and hope. I feel like all of the rest of the books on this list are just YA contemporaries because that's kind of what I've been feeling recently. However, this one, it says it deals with fantasy, science fiction and magic, and honestly, I'm here for it. I think it's really important that we don't focus so much on black trauma and we do read stories from black characters in the same instances that we, read in their Caucasian counterparts. I can open a fantasy book or a science fiction book and see someone who looks like me, someone who I can probably resonate with, but some people going into books, they can't do that. And I think we need to celebrate that a bit more and not just limited to YA contemporaries about black trauma and people of colour going through struggles. Like, I feel like we need to branch out a little bit more, and this one I'm really excited about because it feels like it's going to do that for me. Next, we do have one that I have been eyeing up for quite some time, and that is Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson. First of all, the cover. Are you kidding me right now? Like, this is the most gorgeous thing I have ever seen. So this is basically about 3 teens who live in Brooklyn who are planning to, release a lot of music that their passed away friend has released and make him into like this big rap sensation despite him being dead. I absolutely adore books about music, so I also adored On the Come Up by Angie Thomas just because I feel like it was written so well and I really loved the musical parts of it, so I think I'm gonna eat this up. I think I'm gonna enjoy this so much. In the little section where it says the synopsis, it says Tiffany D. Jackson's third novel is a stunning ode to hip-hop, friendship and Brooklyn, remixed in a page-turning mystery that cements her place as one of the most outstanding voices in young adult fiction. And last but certainly not least, we have When You Were Everything by Ashley Woodfowl. Again, the cover of this, I am obsessed with the cover. I am obsessed with the colour of it. This is also one that has been on my radar for quite a long time. Literally, as soon as I found out that it was a thing and what it was about, I was honestly sold. So this surrounds our 2 friends' main characters. I believe, I don't think it's queer. We follow Cleo and Layla, and it says that their friendship has just imploded or just ended. Cleo just wants to forget about this friendship. She wants to move on with her life, meet new people that are better suited for her, but that doesn't really go to plan as she is assigned Layla's tutor. I really don't think that there is enough, like nearly enough books in the bookish market, especially YA and NA as well, about just friendships. And if you've been on my channel for quite a while, or you know me in person, or you know my reading tastes, I do love a good book about friendship, and I think this one, out of all of them on the list, may hit me right in my feels more than the other ones, just mainly because I have lost a lot of friendships in the past few years, like past 2 years, and it's just gonna speak to me in ways that I don't think a lot of books will. It's really important to know that friend breakups are actually maybe as painful, if not more painful, than romantic breakups. Platonic relationships are really important to us as humans, whether you acknowledge that or not, if you know that or not. So I really do applaud Ashley Woodfowl for making a whole book surrounding that, and I'm really excited to get into it. I'm obsessed with the cover, absolutely fucking obsessed. So there are some of the books by black authors and slash or, but not limited to, surrounding black characters. I really would like to get to all of these this year. Well, there you have it. There are some of the books on my TBR from black authors and about black characters. Again, the description of this video will be filled with resources and places you can help with the Black Lives Matter movement. Obviously, a big part of that is becoming educated. It's always a work in progress. Like, you will make mistakes as an ally, but it's important to keep the ball rolling, to always bet yourself and always educate yourself and just do better. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please have a thumbs up and subscribe. I make videos every so often. I'm trying to do it weekly. We're getting there, okay? I'm trying. If you've read any of these books, please comment down below your thoughts, or even leave some more recommendations for books by black authors that we should all read, because there are loads and loads and loads of them. These are not all of them, obviously. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!